Hello, album enjoyers. Quick note to remind you of the Enjoy an Album Patreon page. For £5 a month, you get 2 extra episodes a week. They are ad-free. They are your fun, regular, normal episodes. Just me and Chris just fucking chatting and scatting about some of the best and worst albums of all time. Or you also get the access to the back catalogue of Patreon posts we've already done. Robbie Williams.
Iron Maiden.
Lin-Manuel
Miranda's Hamilton.
That was a good one. We've recently done Janelle Monáe.
Ed Sheeran, Janelle Monáe.
Ed Sheeran. Oh, the Raytons. Yes, there's been some really good episodes on there, so worth it. If you've run out of pods.
It's not like extra stuff. It's not like some podcasts are like, oh, hey, we recorded a wee bit extra. This isn't like the fucking Trimmings, man.
No, this is your gourmet album enjoyer experience.
This is an extra meal.
Absolutely. And you might be like, I don't want an extra meal. I'm full. Well, this is a better one that you won't be more full of. So how about that?
That is what we offer.
You also get early access to live shows, which is probably one of the biggest sells. So sign up to Patreon now at patreon.com/enjoy an album. Before we chat about the XX is first album, XX. I hate when they have the self-titled albums. It's not even self-titled album because they're called The XX and the album's called XX. So it's...
And I don't call it that.
What do you call it?
I call it X. Because the front cover's an X.
Do you know what I mean? It's confusing.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
It's like, it's giving The Room, directed by, starring by, you know what I mean? It's too many X's. Hey, I've got too many X's myself, you know what I'm saying?
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I think that's too many.
I mean, we're all on our own personal journey.
We're all on our own personal journey, guys.
Welcome to Enjoy an Album with Liam Whitner, Christopher McCutherboy. We're live here at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
I don't know if you can tell by the grain of my voice.
It's always there.
No, but it's more pronounced.
Christopher's great in the Fringe because he's like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really sad and angry at the moment. I'm like, yeah, I can't tell. This is the same as always. You are the same. We're live at the Edinburgh Fringe. We've taken time out of our very busy schedules to come.
We are working upwards of 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
It is frying our heads.
Oh my God. Most of it worked in my life. To come to check in Arancini Towers and record the goddamn pod the way we need to. It's been an exciting Fringe so far. Something I want to chat about that happened. We performed karaoke.
Yeah, we went to Olga. What was it called? Karaoke?
Is that what it was called? Karaoke? Olga Cocky?
It was Olga Cock's karaoke.
We went to Olga Cocky and I went down
180.
Really thinking I'm not gonna sing. That was my thought going in. Within 5 minutes I was like, get me on that stage. The world needs to see. Okay? So I sang Just Like a Pill by Pink. Can I talk? Just like a pill, and it makes me so thrilled. No, that's not how it goes. What is that you're singing?
It's just like a pill.
Okay.
It goes in you just like a pill does, a suppository.
Instead of making me better, it keeps making me ill. Keep making me run just as fast as I can to the middle of nowhere, to the middle of my frustrated fears, and I swear. So I sang that. The reason I sang that is because it is part of my pre-show playlist. Because
this guy never stops plugging.
I have a medical themed show, so I decided in my show,
the Grindset mindset never lets up with this boy.
100%. I'm up at 8 a.m. every day, 18 hours of yoga, and then straight into plugging. Okay, that's what I do. And so I've noticed as I play it that people in the audience, they're nodding along, they're having a good time. People
were loving it.
People are like, oh, you like this song? This is a good song. I remember the song. So I thought that'd be a good song to choose to sing at karaoke. Everybody would enjoy it. Okay, and I think the song choice was fine. People were,
people liked it.
People were excited. I, however, did not know the song well enough to give it the performance I believe that I'm capable of.
Right. Okay.
I was really nervous.
Are you comparing yourself to other people here?
I'm comparing myself to Pink.
You didn't have a fucking aerial. Have you seen that Paul Black thing where he's like, Pink, none of your songs need that. Do you know how she has the aerial thing where she spins? She does like Cirque du Soleil. And it's an amazing show, but she doesn't have the back catalogue. If Elton John was doing that, fair enough.
And I hadn't practiced my aerial skills either, so I didn't really bring that feature into the karaoke performance. It was the most nervous I've been on stage for ages. I got on stage, and obviously I perform on stage so often. I'm very at home.
But you know what you're going to do? You're going to go up there, you're going to ask people where they're from.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of their jobs in an amusing manner.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favourite pipe? Going to say stuff like that, really good stuff. But I went on stage at karaoke, I looked up and I thought, everyone's looking at me. And I got real stage fright for the first time in many years. Yeah. My hands started shaking. The words that I did know of Just Like a Pill by Pink, which I've already exhibited on this podcast, is some, immediately left my brain. The screen showing the lyrics was behind you.
Yeah, you're blanking out with your silhouette.
I had to keep turning around to check. I had to jack off in front of everybody just to relax so that I could give it the performance.
There's a serious buzz about you now.
Hey, you heard of Lynn Woodell? He jacked off at Karaoke. He got his cocky outie. Come on.
Can I just say?
So listen.
Okay.
So just to finish my karaoke tale, if it happens again next week, I will be there. I will choose a song that I'm more familiar with. Then I can just focus on the performance, because immediately after me, you went up.
It wasn't immediate. There was a buffer, I think.
And either way, within the next few songs, you were up. And you sang Every Day I Love You Less and Less by Posh Creeps, the Kaiser Chiefs.
Posh Leopoldian Creeps. Was it? An old Leopensian.
An old, you sang that. Me. And you obviously knew the song inside out.
No.
Well, you managed to flex. Yeah. Okay? You were shaking your legs.
I managed to flex?
Yeah. You were like throwing your legs around in a funny way. It was great.
I'm a good dancer.
Yeah, it was cool, man. And you really just went for it, and it was beautiful to see. And I was like, damn, I wish I'd done something like that.
You know, Mark was about to go up, and he was like, I'm going to do a funny one. I'm going to sing it in a Scottish accent. I'm going to do Angels. And I said, Mark, play it straight.
Did he do it in a Scottish accent?
No.
Oh, thank God.
And he said, afterwards, he said, I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because you're not up there to make people laugh.
Absolutely.
You're up there to take control of the room and make everybody go, whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck's this?
I remember this song. I love this song. And you want people to join in. Rosie, who works at Monkey Barrel.
Yeah. Incredible.
Sang Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Probably the best performance of the night, I would say.
100%.
Yeah, she dominated that.
Jumped off the stage in the crowd. Made it all about it being a group experience.
Yeah.
One of the best karaoke performances I've ever seen in my life.
Up there. Yeah.
You've seen better?
I've been in a lot of places. Seen a lot of stuff. Rosie, honestly, shout out to Rosie.
Yeah, shout out to Rosie.
What song are you going to go for next time then?
Well, I was thinking I would sing Common People, but then you said someone sang that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And it's also a really long song.
A song I have sung at karaoke before, which I know goes well, is Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
Dude, that would rip it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You change your mind like a girl changes clothes.
I had a couple. So I got, the day before I got invited to the karaoke, I said, I don't think I'm going to do that. Day of, go see Paddy Young's show. Yep. Bonnie Hungry Scared. And seen somebody in the crowd. I was like, way up to the, like, I'm going to, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll go and check it out. Went down to the bar. I was like, I won't go downstairs. Everybody started going downstairs. I was like, I'll check it out. I went downstairs. I remembered, I love karaoke.
I was enveloped with the sheer unbridled joy in the room. Yeah.
And I asked Olga, I said, hey, Every Day I Love You Less and Less by the Kaiser Chiefs. And listen, yes, there was a flex in terms of, you know, it seemed like I knew the song. I was frantically on none other than Apple Music itself.
Wow.
Scrolling through the lyrics going,
azlyrics.com.
azlyrics.com. I was on Rap Genius. Ricky Wilson himself has annotated his own lyrics on rapgenius.com.
An old Leodensian told me.
It's a different song.
It was a beautiful performance. I felt privileged to be in the room.
You left.
Yeah.
I got drunk.
I just turned up, did my spot, left and went home.
Yeah.
I don't support other artists.
No, it was like downstairs at the King's Head or something. Yeah. You know? If you know what I'm saying.
If you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the two people who get that joke.
Shout out to them. And I got drunk.
And you sang another song.
And I said, put me on.
Yeah. Coach.
I'm ready to float. Put me out.
Yeah, yeah.
In the ocean. And I said, Uptown Girls by Westlife. She said, you mean
Bob Billy Joel? Come on.
This is what people say to me. I said, no.
You wanted the Westlife version?
I want the Westlife version.
Whoa, whoa, uptown girl. Has she been living in a white bread world? She been jumping to the world.
We fucked that, man. We both went for the doo-wop.
Yeah, it's a good song though.
It's a great song.
Billy Joel.
See when you're like, whoa,
was everyone clapping and great.
But I'll tell you what, and listen, I don't want to put anybody on blast. I don't know who this person was. Never met her before.
Put them on blast.
No,
you are under official Enjoy an Album fire, whoever this is.
No.
We are going to war with whoever Chris mentions next.
I don't know their name.
We're going to find out.
What I will say is,
seek and destroy.
I went up there and listen. The fun of karaoke is you get a little bit of attention.
It's your moment.
It's your moment.
It's your moment to shine.
And you're not having a laugh.
No.
Trying your best.
You're just singing, having a good time. It's a joyful communal experience.
I got about 10 seconds in the Uptown Girl. One of my favourite songs.
10 seconds, so
10
early
seconds.
on.
Early on. Women. And listen, I don't hate women.
Ugh.
But a woman jumped up on stage.
What?
Took the other microphone.
What?
No, she did this to Roscoe.
Invaded your space?
Well, Roscoe was singing...
She's a space invader.
2 out of 3 Ain't Bad, I think.
Right.
Or one of the other ones for that record. One of the Meatloaf songs.
Yeah.
And that made sense because it was a duet. And she knew the bits and it was good.
Right.
My song?
So she got a little taste.
She got a taste of that.
She got a little taste of that
She seen me.
sweet joining in uninvited nectar and then decided to have a whole damn pint while you were on stage. Not singing a duet. I'm putting you on blast, whoever the fuck you are.
Just disgusting.
Yeah, never ever do that again. We're going to write a list of karaoke etiquette.
No, I don't think that's what the podcast is it?
That's what the podcast is now. Karaoke etiquette. Couple quick rules. Rule number 1, don't sing too good.
Not an issue for me or you.
Yeah. But like, sometimes you get some musical theatre kids and they go, I can show you the world. And it's like, come on, theatre kids. Actually, you know what? Scrap that rule. No theatre kids. In big letters.
You're not allowed then.
I'm not a theatre kid now. I'm a grown-ass man.
Theatre man.
But there's theatre adults. There's like Disney adults. No Disney adults.
You're a theatre person, Liam.
Listen, I'm a cultured man.
This intro's went way too long.
Okay, right.
Can I just say...
It's been one of the best intros we've ever done.
Okay, Alison Spittle is... I don't know if this will come out in time. I believe
it was Alison Spittle who jumped on stage.
Wasn't
Christopher... No, we're not naming and shaming.
Alison Spittle is doing emo karaoke towards the end of the
Karaoke.
Karaoke. But it's going to be... It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and... Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
That's good. Listen, this week we're talking about the XX with their album XX, sometimes called X.
The XX is XX.
The XXXX. I said sex.
Oh my God.
That's the whole point. So enjoy the episode. Some adverts coming off for the non-paying worms. The Patreons are getting straight into the body of the app like good bitches.
They're not... Why?
I don't know.
Can you not call the people who don't pay worms
No,
and
but
then
it's like
call
in a
the
cool
people
way.
who do
In
pay
a cool way.
bitches?
Like, what's up, my bitches?
It's not cool. It's one of the least cool things I've ever heard. And I just said Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Enjoy the episode.
This week we are sponsored by Manscaped.
They are the long-term Enjoy an Album sponsor. They provide the best pubic hair trimming services.
Surely
Not
that
services.
isn't what you usually say. The best of below the belt maintenance.
They actually avoid the word pubic, I think, because it's a bit gross. Whereas I'm wanting to bring it back and say, hey, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Look, you need to shave your pubes.
Let's bring pubes back.
Yeah.
But in reverse.
Yeah, let's bring the word pubes back, but let's shave pubes away using Manscaped product like the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Lawnmower 2.0, I believe we're on now. It's got a little light. It's chargeable with a USB-C, same as your phone. It works in the shower. It's very quick to have a whip around downstairs to make you look nice and good.
Your genitals are going to go from a 6.5. They're going to go from
inches. We can't say the Manscaped will give you a bigger dick, but we are inferring
it looks like it.
Yeah, it does look like it. That's the whole point.
It's crazy.
It's wild, actually. You have a shave, you look up, you're like...
trees don't look bigger in winter than in autumn. But...
The earth looks bigger, I think. I don't know if that's how it works. So we are sponsored by Manscaped. We have a code. If you follow the link and type in album20, you'll get 20% off, okay? So do that. Get your balls looking good for whoever wants to look at them, including yourselves.
Balls, cock, arsehole, nose, ear, cock. Check it out. Trim it hard.
Enjoy the episode.
You're listening to Enjoy an Album, the podcast where two comedians listen to some of the greatest albums of all time.
For such a delicate, understated record, the XX's debut had a deep and indelible impact. The Londoners' genre-swirling sound softly... there's a dash here where there shouldn't be. The Londoners' genre-swirling sound softly, efficiently blending haunted indie pop with dubstep and R&B, felt genuinely fresh and daring back in 2009. Before long, though, the album's heavy-lidded minimalism began to echo through pop, hip-hop, and R&B. Rihanna sampled Intro on Drunken Love in 2011, the same year that Drake recast Gil Scott-Heron's Jamie XX produced Take Care of as Take Care. What a mess of a sentence that last bit is.
Who wrote that? Because they should be shot with
It's
guns.
Apple Music. It's Apple Music.
Yeah.
But what they're referencing is Jamie XX of the XX. He released a band. He released an album of remixes of Gil Scott-Heron, the famous
Celtic player son.
the famous poet. And there's a song on that called "I'll Take Care of You." Then Drake and Rihanna then did a version of that which sucks all of the beauty out of it.
One of them's a kind of old black revolutionary.
Yeah.
You know.
You're loved and I'm lost. And then you got Drake going, I'm loving and I'm losing every day. And it's like, it's not the same emotional resonance when you say it, Drake.
I'm a pedo like Jeremy Beadle. You know?
Yeah, I'm a pedo like Jeremy Beadle.
That's what he says.
That's what he says. It's crazy. Rihanna, though, of course, is a goddess and can do no wrong.
Rihanna's great.
We need to do Rihanna on the
We need to do Rihanna on the pod. You wanna make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world. That's a fucking screamer.
I love her. She's a billion. She's the only billionaire that I don't want to murder. Is that an okay thing to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that she's so clever because she's not put an album out in ages, and it's because she's realised that her underwear business is more
Savage Fenty.
Savage Fenty.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Very nearly went too horny on main there in the early. Okay, thank you for burping and saving the day.
No.
What did you know?
What were you going to say?
I just big fan of her work with Savage Fenty. That's all. That's all.
What's your favourite brassiere?
Oh no, I have one. No. No, that's fine. What did you know about the XX prior to listening to them this week, Christopher?
I had this on CD.
Nice. Oh, I should show the YouTube viewers. I have, this is actually not this album, but it is an XX album, special edition.
This is their third album.
On vinyl, and it has a beautiful big, this is probably the largest record in my vinyl collection.
It's 12 inches.
Yes, it's just like it's a big box. It's a big box.
Oh, it's thick.
And it's got some B-sides and some remixes. Oh. And yeah,
I listened to this record when I was in Australia. See, when I'm always talking about Ed Sheeran, hating Ed Sheeran because he was in the charts. Say Something Loving video who just came out when I was
Say Something Loving. It must be annoying for
I just don't
the XX actually.
The thrill of affection.
With Ed Sheeran taking over, putting big multiplication signs on his album covers. XX were doing that first.
Yeah. Can I just say, Ed Sheeran? I didn't even think about that. It's another reason that I hate you.
Yeah.
And the fact that I made a claim about Ed Sheeran in an episode.
In the Patreon episode. We're not going to release in public.
No. You know what's that in that song? I really like the bit where it's like, I do myself a disservice to feel this weak, to be this nervous. It's like,
yeah.
That's when your heart's beating in your chest, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they capture so well.
So I saw them live on this tour.
Really?
The SWG3 Galvanizer's Yard outside, supported by Perfume Genius.
Oh my God.
It was a fantastic. I was going to Bordeaux the next day on holiday.
Oh my God.
Crazy 24 hours. They were incredible.
That's just one of the benefits of the grind set mindset, though.
Yeah, that's it. I'm up every day. I'm seeing dream pop indie bands with an R&B dubstep take.
Incredible gay music, and I'm flying to France every day.
Every damn day. And if you're not doing that, look, everyone says they want to go to France, but they're not willing to do the work. It was a crazy 24 hours, and I loved it. My friend Frankie, who I didn't know was going to be there, was there. No, Frankie Kokosia was there.
How'd you like it?
She got into a fight with someone who was flying a Scotland flag during the show.
Yeah.
She was like, if I wanted to see a fucking Scotland flag, I'd look outside my fucking window.
Where does she live?
In Edinburgh Castle.
Oh, okay.
It's Frankie Kokosia.
Yeah.
So what do you think about flags at gigs? You get annoyed at... I mean, you're a short king.
A, short king.
Yeah.
B, neurodiverse. Lad.
Sure.
You don't think I'm neurodiverse?
Let's not get into that.
Okay. As a short neurodiverse king, I think that I mean, I don't mind. It's part of the boulangerie, you know.
The boulangerie?
It's part of the mise en scène.
Yeah, okay. You think it's all part of the festival experience of being at a live concert?
I hate festivals.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not looking at the flags. I'm looking at everybody around me who's vaping in my face and throwing piss at me.
Especially like XX, because it's that electronic music as well. There isn't much to look at when they're on stage. They're not like rocking out.
No.
They're like pushing buttons, and they're so lo-fi. If I am yours now.
So now I don't ever have to leave.
I am yours. Like breathing, having asthma pumps in between songs.
I find this unbearably horny.
Yeah, well, there is a sort of anxious horniness to this album.
Yes.
It's like, you know how when The Weeknd came out and everyone's like, this is music to fuck to, okay? I think this is actually music to fuck to, but like after 3 tokes of a joint on a Sunday morning. It's like Sunday morning wake and bake sex.
I think it's just like I have a kind of low voice. So like when they sing, it's kind of like my voice coming back at me. Whereas when The Weeknd sings, it's like I can't really relate to that. Like I'm almost never on cocaine when I'm having sex.
Yeah, I never am.
Good.
I am yours now. So, big fan of these guys. I remember when this album came out, I first heard of them when I was at university. And back in university halls, you used to have, they weren't called this, but they were like unofficially like YouTube parties, right? Where someone's laptop would be plugged in some speakers and you would kind of like take turns putting on music on YouTube.
Yes.
Before adverts came and ruined it.
Listen, I go into this, my Fringe show.
So someone put on, I don't think it was like a big banging party. We were just like hanging out. Someone put on the XX doing an acoustic live session in Amsterdam.
Yeah, with the 2 guitars.
Yeah, there used to be a video series, Amsterdam Acoustics, where they would like get a band to play by the canal and they sang, I can't remember which song, maybe I've got it written down.
Islands,
here.
I think, are crystallized.
Yeah, I think it was Crystallize. Crystallize. I dim 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 dim.
I am bum ba da da. I am bum 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 bum.
And it was like just at the time where getting access to that kind of stuff from bands via MySpace and that still felt so new and exciting. Like, oh my God, it's just
2009.
them. It's just them. It's just a camera and they're just playing on the guitars outside.
Yep.
And it sounds good. And it's just like lo-fi, casual, like it.
Feel bad for Jamie XX in that scenario though.
He's not there.
He can't do an acoustic version of the little board he's got.
Wop wop. Well, yeah, he can't. He can't just stand on the side and go wop 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 wop.
He could.
He should. Yeah, he should have been.
Yeah. You hear that?
So I remember immediately, like they were just so cool, weren't they? They were
amazing.
They were, you know.
Hot take. This is our generation's unknown pleasures. But instead of a little Thatcherite,
interesting.
What they called an epileptic Thatcherite.
An epileptic Thatcherite.
From Manchester, jacking off about how all the women he knows are mental. This is like 3 gay legends transfusing, because like Joy Division was like post-punk, it was like dance music plus punk, but this is like that plus, you know, they're not saying, hey, we're named after a Nazi fuck camp, you know, we're like, it just feels more real, this.
It feels like if Joy Division had got therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, these
And
guys
just
are
shagged it
in
more.
contact with their emotions a little bit more. I don't think any of them.
Do you know what I
behave
did
themselves.
realise? This came out for me when I was, a 17.
A 17. Wow.
2009. 17 years old.
He was
I
a
think.
17.
No. 2009. 16.
When you was a 16.
And I bought this when I was a 16.
Yeah.
I bought this and listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Because I was just coming out of heavy metal and getting into like emo, but they were all a couple of years old, and this was the first album that came out where I was like, whoa. This is like pop music, but it's like cool.
It's a little bit emo though, isn't it?
Sexy. Yeah, it's so, it's, yeah. I mean, it's,
unashamedly affectionate, you know?
yeah. Well,
But cold. There's a coldness to it.
But this was cool. This was cool music when it came out.
Yeah.
I remember being, you're talking about your YouTube parties. I remember when Fire Pits came out.
What, fire pits?
People just started getting like outdoor space heaters in 2009, I think.
Okay.
It was a big movement in the back gardens of the East End of Glasgow. People
Right.
getting a fire pit, people getting a space heater. One of my friends got a space heater. Everybody's around. We're all wearing jumpers because it's not really good enough to heat the space. And
You'll be playing this off your Bluetooth speaker
well,
outside?
this is one of the most traumatic moments of my life, I would say.
Oh, God.
A ghetto
Oh, no. Them.
stuck this song,
Yes.
and I liked the ghetto. And the guy that I didn't like, he said, "Oh, you guys probably don't know this. This is the XX. This is a cool band that only me and her know about."
And did you know the band at this point? Yep. And so did you say? You didn't say.
I did not say, but
That, I can't... The Christopher I know...
I've changed.
What do you mean it's a fucking XX? Yeah, I fucking know. I fucking know the XX.
But see,
That's what you'd say to me.
See, when you fancy someone, and then this good-looking guy
Yeah.
is, kind of saying it, and he's saying this type of stuff. You're already defeated.
Yeah, okay.
You're not gonna humiliate yourself further.
Yeah, I do know them actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen their Amsterdam acoustic sessions? You're having sex.
Tell you what, that was 13 years ago.
Yeah, and you still think about it every day?
A, still think about it every day. B, if I see either of those two people in real life, I still hold a grudge.
Yeah,
And-
understandable.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing the
It's
XX
not
would do.
understandable. I've told this to other people who know both of us, and they've said, you're mental.
Well, sure. Yeah. Understandable for a mental person.
For someone who's mental
What I mean is, I understand that you feel like this because you're insane. Go slow.
so slow. But this was definitely one of the, when I'm breaking my VL and when I'm breaking my V,
Yep. This is in the background?
this and Frightened Rabbit second album.
Okay.
I was one of the saddest bangers of all time.
Yeah, I hear that loud and clear.
What was the music you were listening to when you were first pumping away?
Well, first year at uni, so probably...
Did you break your virginity at university?
No, just before I went to uni, I was 18 years old. I think I told this before.
Me too.
Yes. Fat of the Land is the music I actually lost my virginity to by Prodigy.
What?
Yeah.
What song?
What song?
Let's do that next week.
Couple songs,
Talk about this
bro.
in more detail.
A couple songs.
The one with the crab on the front?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that how you were shagging? Like sideways? Yeah. That is cool, man. Tweaking
Fire
nips with your little
starter.
claws, huh?
Yeah. Anyway.
Fire starter. That sounds like you've got some
about STDs.
horrible, yeah. I'm a fire starter. Twisted fire starter.
But this, I definitely would have been like, university halls. I think a lot of people were fucking to this.
I remember reading a review on Pitchfork of an XX live show at South by Southwest, and I want to say 2010.
Say it then.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
2010.
Right.
And I think it was the year that
It's a free speech podcast.
I think it was the year Frightened Rabbit went over, and I think it was the year that Frightened Rabbit had been there the year before. We were promised jetpacks were there. They were playing a church, and the writer said that when the XX were on, all the late teens, the legal teens,
Yeah.
were fingering each other up the balcony
100%.
in a church to this.
Yeah.
And
that's so cool.
That's so cool.
That's so hot.
That's why I went to the Fringe.
Yeah. You want a church to finger someone in?
No,
Roxy, I think Roxy Assembly's a church. Who's performing
No,
there?
I'm saying I'm
that's
performing.
Where Comedy Club for Kids is.
I'm performing.
You want to finger people at
no,
that
I
show?
don't want to finger anybody.
Comedy Club for Kids?
I don't want to finger anybody.
Really?
Straight up.
Nobody?
Not a person.
You don't like the act of fingering?
I Don't mind it. But what I will say is...
I'm so sorry, everybody.
No, you should be.
It's such a horny
This is going to
episode.
be a real horno.
What are you trying to say?
I want to be on stage.
Yeah.
And people are enjoying it so much.
Oh, you're set. Mm-hmm. So you're talking about, guilt-free zoos and stuff. You look out in the back and there's some 17-year-old goths giving each other a lick out. I can be arranged.
Oh, when you put it like that, it sounds mental.
If the ultras want to fucking help out with that.
None of the ultras, please finger anybody at the show. I need to clarify that.
Let's do a little background check on the XX.
Secret Part Show.
No. Let's do it. Secret Part Show. Secret Part Show. You do it fast, and it feels like a show. Secret Part Show. Secret Part Show.
Secret Part Show.
That was so good. I'm so proud of us for how well we landed.
Can't wait
that.
for Tattoo Woohoo.
We fucking landed the plane so well there.
You do the bass line for Tattoo Woohoo and I'll do the Romaine Ollie.
Yeah, okay. They are
Speaking of Romaine Ollie.
They are from Wandsworth. They went to a school called the Elliot School. This is interesting because before we agreed to this, you had said to me they went to the Brit School.
This will be a good one. They went to the Brit School.
Yeah, which is where Adele went there, I think. It's like a famous performing arts school in London.
Mumford and Sons.
But actually, they didn't go to the Brit School. They went to the Elliot School, which is just a normal comprehensive.
But it has had the XX. I didn't know this. You sent me a great article. The XX went there.
Yeah.
Fortet.
Yes, love Forte. Burial.
This is the dubstep high school.
Hot Chip. Did you say Hot Chip?
Didn't say Hot Chip.
And the Maccabees, which is a bit of a left turn.
That's a left turn at the end there.
But
imagine being the Maccabees.
What is going on at the Elliot School that is producing all of these electronic music pioneers? Joe Goddard, Fortet,
Did you
Burial.
read that article you sent me?
Yeah, I did. Right, and it's really interesting. You would think privately educated or amazing music college area, but actually, when interviewed, I think it was Fortet in that article said, we were just kind of left to our own devices so often to just pursue stuff that we loved, that anything that we liked was able to flourish.
So beautiful, isn't it?
And I think as well, if Fortet went to your school, it's like it's just about advertising, isn't it? Where if someone went to your school,
who got famous first there? I think Burial got first. He was at the 7-Eleven attacks. He was kind of referencing the 7-Eleven attacks. So that's 2007, and then this 2009, and then I think
if a big electronic artist went to your school, then that seems like that's something you can do. There's a career path to try and emulate.
This sounds mental, but I think creativity is a little bit like a potato sometimes. You just have to put it in the cupboard, and it will grow.
Right, okay.
Do you know when that potato has those horrible wee tentacles come out of it?
Yeah.
Try to find it out. That's a song, isn't it?
Right.
That song.
What's the relation to the Elliot School?
Because they just let it grow.
Oh, they put the students in cupboards, and that's where that's where dub music came from. That's what it sounds like. It's being played through the next room.
Carbohydrate tentacles emerged from the tubers of their teen minds.
Let me out. That's why it sounds whispered, because they're in a cupboard. Let me out, please.
I need basic space.
Can I go to the bathroom, sir?
I can't breathe without air.
Listen, we're not suggesting that teachers put their students in the cupboards at the Elliot School and force them to create pioneering electronic music.
But if you are a music teacher, consider it.
Just think about it.
Think about the music.
Teach your students like potatoes.
Think about the UKs.
The problem with running a school like that is we live in a neoliberal society. So whilst your electronic musician students may flourish, your exam grades go down. So the school was taken over and turned into an academy so that they can get better exam results. So we won't be getting more electronic pioneers outside of the Elliot School anytime soon. But it's a beautiful little microcosm of the education system, I think, summed up there perfectly.
Did you hang out at the music department at your school a lot?
Yes, I was in a band at school. It was not very good.
I remember playing Runaway by Kanye West on the school piano.
It was just one ding, ding, playing a triangle. Ding. Run away now, baby. Run away, ding. My school could only afford a key.
We only had to listen. East End of Glasgow, School of Hard Knocks.
We only had one key in the penny.
And I heard that Kanye West song. I said, finally, a song I can play.
It was the wrong key. Bum, bum.
But the thing was,
run away now, baby.
You would go ding, ding, ding. But we went to go. You had to go to a different room.
You had to go to
sprint to make it. And that was the PE department that we had, was just sprinting between pianos to play Runaway. It's a fucked up. That's neoliberalism, you know what I mean? But I remember playing Runaway for this girl that I kissed once at her house.
Yeah.
She said, come round and play guitars. I was like, all right. She ended up kissing me. I was like,
whoa, I didn't know that was on the agenda.
I genuinely didn't, and I was shocked.
Please, if you are to add things to the agenda, that is supposed to be addressed in the opening minutes of the meeting.
I just wanted to play guitar. I said I was a bad kiss. I was like, well, I didn't have any preparation time. Mm-hmm. And then that goes around like,
how would you have prepared? Oh dear. Okay.
Just kissing my hand.
I wish I hadn't asked.
No, but I remember playing her Runaway by Kanye West and being like the chord pattern of and how'd that song go again? Am I a douchebag?
Runaway now, baby.
What's the bit about like have a toast for the douchebags, every one of them that I know. Have a toast for the jerk offs that'll never take work off. Baby, I got a plan. Run away as fast as you can. And she was like, did you write that? And I was like, no. And she was like, thank fuck.
Run away as fast. Run away.
That song changed my life.
It's a beautiful song.
That song changed my life. That was the first rap song I went, wow.
So this album was the debut. Very much of the, I would say, I'm going to call it, this is a term I may be coining. I'm probably not. It's like post MySpace, right? You agree with that?
Yeah.
This is like
after the Arctic Monkeys.
The MySpace kids have been and gone. This is like your YouTube.
This is the early days of YouTube.
Yes, when we're watching Evolution of Dance. And Charlie bit my finger.
4 chords.
Yeah. No, 4 chords hadn't happened yet.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Probably done it in Australia.
I
was aware of it.
Yeah, maybe they performed it at some point. And it's got, we should talk a bit about the album. I mean, I imagine most of our listeners have listened to XX, but if you haven't, obviously it has this like really sparse, breathy singing style that we've been talking about. This is perhaps because the manner in which they got the music together is they would sometimes be in like their parents' houses. They were young and they would be doing it quietly as to not wake up their parents or their neighbors. So they're singing very quietly. And they would also be sending each other lyrics on iMessage.
MSN and iMessage.
Because they were too embarrassed to actually do it in front of each other. They would just send it and then there wouldn't even be any like, oh, I like that, or this is good, or we could work on that. Just like sent back, send back.
And honestly, see the idea of writing songs about like your first sexual encounters, like quietly to not wake your mum and dad.
Yes.
When the sex that you're having is quietly to not make your mum and dad. It's like synergetic, man. It's like fucking perfect.
That's it. This album is that exact feeling of like hiding under some coats.
What was your tactics to dampen the sound when you were having your early bang sessions?
Well, as I've already established, I was 18. I'd already left a house.
Oh, yeah.
So that was not an issue.
You're lucky. I'm talking duvet on the floor.
Duvet on the floor?
Yeah, because the bed's too creaky.
Right.
We had a good floor. We just had, what's it called? Linoleum put down. So hurt your knees, but you could keep it quiet, you know? Or like, one hand on the wall, one hand on the headboard. And it's like just
sturdy.
Wasn't really concentrating on anybody's pleasure. It was just about sound.
Yeah.
And a lack of it.
And that's what this podcast
People
is.
say I like fucking doggy style. I like fucking mouse style, man. You know? I'm talking Christmas morning. Nothing was stirring and not even a mouse. Sex
I really loved VCR when it came out. Gling, gling, gling. It reminded me of No Surprises by Radiohead. You know, the sort of xylophone intro. And that brings us to this
It's quite post Radiohead. See, of all the albums, to have a blurb, where it's like couldn't be possible without Radiohead.
Yeah.
And they're talking about fucking, Laura Nero's B-side collection recorded before Radiohead came out.
Yeah.
This is fucking real post-Radiohead music, isn't it?
And VCR brings us to this week's YouTube comment of the week.
You got your YouTube coming and you're unhinged.
I've actually got two.
Mm-hmm. Let's hear it, man.
They're both on VCR. The first one is from Pencil Walrus 1015.
Sick.
This is 1 day ago.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Fresh.
This is yesterday.
We've never had it fresh on an old album, I don't think.
This video came out when I was born.
Oh, no. I'm old.
Such a good and relaxing song. Still hits home now that I'm 13. I love that still hits home. Suggests that when I was born, when I was born, I was listening to this. I remember when I was like 4 days old and I used to listen to VCR by XXX. You don't know what VCR is?
He's like 3 years old, like, you used to have all the answers. What, like 2 days ago when you were 1 day old?
And the answers were, what goes woof?
You still have them too.
My second...
The VCR's fucking Barney video, man.
The second YouTube comment of the week.
Watch Tweenies on VCR.
I think even Tweenies predates 13. Which, like, I mean, you're showing how old you are. Your young person's references are too old.
We watch Bluey on VCR.
Yeah, I bet a Bluey VCR doesn't exist.
With me and talk about Clifford the dog.
If they were around nowadays, the XX, it wouldn't be called VCR, it'd be called bloody Netflix.
Like old fucking DVD player.
This is from Andro Cogliano. 8 years ago.
TikTok clip.
So Pencil Walrus was only 5 years old when this clip was posted.
Pencil Walrus. Grow up, get pubes.
I've got this song. This is Andrew Cogliano 8 years ago. I've got this song playing in one tab and my ex's Instagram in the other. And I'm finally realizing after 5 months of solitude that I'm pretty all right. I don't think you are, bro. I think you're down bad.
Can you read that again?
I've got this song playing in one tab and my ex's Instagram in the other. And I'm finally realizing after 5 months of solitude that I'm pretty all right.
No, you don't. You don't got it. Hey, listen, brother. Been there, but no.
Yeah.
You are in it.
You are down bad, brother.
It's like that bit in the Never-Ending Story where the horse is melting into the fucking swamp.
It's just like that.
He's like, no, come on. And the horse is like, just fucking sinking into the muck. You are in it, brother. Your ex's Instagram. You're scrolling through it
whilst listening to the XX.
He needs a rope in his fucking horse mouth, and he needs to be tugged out of there, man. And you know what I'm saying when I mean that, man. You know what I'm saying when I mean that.
No, you're saying when you mean that, bro.
Okay. I mean, that's probably just in terms of just being like succinct and mental without being like hard to understand.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best unhinged YouTube comments I've ever heard in my life.
Brief, yeah.
Just found it. This one's a bit of a longie.
Okay.
I think it's for and listen, I'm not slagging this person. I'm just slagging. Okay, I'll get into it. Thank you, the XX team, for providing the lyrics in the description, and also thank you for creating and sharing this beautiful song. I've loved it since the day I heard it. Ever since I was an innocent robot.
What?
And then more so when I related after transforming into someone's personal sex doll. And now, more than ever, as I begin to cut the puppeteer strings and write my own code, I want to be real. And this song will always be dear to my heart as one of my life's playlist. And to anyone who reads this, please wrap a warm hug around yourself and give yourself a kiss from me. Self-love is sacred and magical because you are.
What song is this on?
Islands or something.
Yeah.
Wild.
Okay. Yeah.
Really wild.
So that's I'm a robot and I'm someone's sex puppet.
I think they've been in quite a traumatic relationship there, but they've chose to share it in an insane way.
Yeah.
You know, she considered herself an innocent robot, became a sex doll. Now she's a puppet. I mean, the metaphor.
Who was that?
It's like Zach Brannigan saying,
Did they have a username?
Couldn't remember it.
I think that person is this other person's ex. If only they knew. This is like a millennial rom-com. As more as we know millennials have anxieties. They're not really up for laughing that much. So this is like a sad indie, lo-fi.
No, I mean, 500 Days of Summer was the millennial. That was. Have you seen that?
I've never watched it. Everyone was too annoying about it. You know me.
You know, it's actually really,
I'm sure it's great, but there was a bit. I know there's a bit where it's like, you like the Smiths, and it made me go, ugh.
But have you never heard that?
What, where someone likes the Smiths? Everyone likes the Smiths. I know so many people that like the Smiths that it's not
right
big or impressive to me.
Have you never heard someone listening to something and just, enjoyed an album?
If someone was listening to Untrue by Burial, I'd be like, that's very sexy. Okay.
I remember I've probably told this before, I remember being in a charity shop in Byers Road. Not in Byers Road, in Barton Road in Glasgow. And I was listening to Black Angel Death Song.
Yep.
By Velvet Underground. And a guy went like that. And I went, what is that? He went, you listening to Black Angel Death Song? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, that's cool, man.
That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah.
That's what being alive's all about. And then, I didn't have sex with him, he didn't have sex with me, but I would, whatever,
This album is wall-to-wall, beautiful, sparse, thoughtful, interesting, horny, sad music.
It's probably the most Mercury Prize winner of all time.
Yes. That school, the Elliot School, has had 6 Mercury winners go to it.
Yeah. We need more venue diversity. I've always been saying this.
The thing about the Elliot School is it actually gives its artists the best cut. So
I don't know what's in the water there, man. But London tap water is usually shite, but there you go.
So many good songs on this. Songs that when I hear it just takes me back to then, but still holds up. This album. Talking about this album. Talking about songs like Islands. I am yours now.
So now I don't ever have to leave.
I'll skip the beat. Sometimes I still need you.
Doom, doom.
Sometimes I still need you. The vocal arrangements for such a young band are like so mature.
I could not. This week, I listened to them at the time. I was reading about them at the time. And see, when you're 17, a 20-year-old is like they're 40.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
I didn't know any 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
They just seemed like they had cars and they were real people. And I was a baby. A little fried baby.
Yep.
Still am on some level. But realising that they wrote this music when they were 17
is crazy. This is why it's crazy also that they're not like little rich kids. They have such rich kids energy with the way they talk. Hi, we're the XX. I'm wearing a little hooped earring and I call people my guy.
But they're legit gay.
Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Why do you bring that up?
Because
you think that there's
I think there's a lot of wee guys with earrings who aren't.
You think there's maybe some crossover with gay culture and posh kid culture? Is that what you're saying? You think that's where I've got confused?
It's such a complicated topic, and I regret wading into these murky waters. Now I'm the horse, man.
You've got your armbands on, and you're swimming in it, bro.
I would just say, there isn't a fitness to the middle class.
Yeah, okay. That is
that is not accessible if you're working class.
Yes.
Okay. If you're working class and straight.
They have all individually, of course, released solo work.
You dig any of it?
The best of which is Jamie XX really is a driving force musically behind this band, and that comes to real fruition in their 3rd album, and then it's made crystal clear on Jamie X's solo album In Colour, which is one of the best albums of the last 10 years.
It's good.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I just kicked my headphone out.
Okay, you just pause there.
Where's this go?
Where's it go? Into
in this thing? Sorry. Oh, there is it.
No, the other one.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I love the song. There's loads of songs in that album. Good vibes, you're gonna have good vibes, good vibes.
There's that one that Romy sings on, isn't there? It's all about finding loud places.
One of my favourite songs.
What's that line in it? Loud places. Find people and be quiet with in loud places.
I cannot believe such heights.
They were kind of a victim of their own success, I think.
What do you mean?
Like, I love this record. Listening to this record this week, I'm 17 again.
Yes.
And I'm not liking it.
You're a 17.
I'm a 17. I just feel young again listening to this, and I feel like my, heart's exploding in my chest, and it's crazy.
Yep.
But they were in every advert for a while. They became advert music.
Yeah, it was this. It's weird how it was like so zeitgeisty so quickly without it being. It was basically a sort of not an entirely new genre of music, but there were lots of copycats after this as well. London Grammar.
London Grammar. Metronomy, I believe, were a bit of a.
No. They were like a bit more of a laugh.
London Grammar were like a direct rip.
Yeah.
They were like the James to the XX to the Smiths. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm really proud of myself for that comparison. But I would say that obviously some people had, done stuff like this, but I don't think anybody had done dubstep indie pop.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of Everything But the Girl.
Oh, great shout.
Yeah. Which I think probably was an influence.
What's that?
It's so satisfying for me to say something like that and have you go, yeah, that's a good shout. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't give me much, and when you do, it feels more special.
I'm trying to have radical empathy.
Stop saying that.
Do you know the best way to heal is to help?
Hurt people.
Hurt people. Why are you saying hurt people twice?
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
I'm not a hurt people. I'm a businessman. I'm a businessman. I don't hurt people. What was that? Because that song was like, and I miss you, like the desert miss the rain. Yeah. That is like the blueprint. I never even thought of that, but that is the blueprint for this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whispered, dusty beats.
Horny beats.
Horny beats.
Should we have
I remember, do you know the song Geraldine by Las Vegas?
I don't think so.
Okay. I remember I had a friend of a friend who, I'll just say it was a friend, I'll just be the member. I had a friend who had a family member who was in Las Vegas.
Right.
And went around to theirs, and I was like, oh man, the XX. And the mum and the family was like, we don't listen to the XX in this household.
Wow.
And I was like, why? And I was like, because they fucking ripped off Las Vegas. Because see that riff where it's like, there's a Las Vegas song that goes,
right. XX ripped off Las Vegas exclusive.
My name's Geraldine, I'm your social worker.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and it is the same riff. It's like, it's 3, 5, 7, 5 on the 6th string.
Hero, oh, he's never here though. That's the XX covering Daddy's Gone, is it called? He's gone, he's gone, he's gone, oh.
He's gone, your daddy's gone.
Or you could do Las Vegas singing, sometimes I still need ye.
Basic space. That's what I call fucking the Ford's retail market. Sorry, I don't know why I did that in accent. That's mental choice. Mental choice. I like Las Vegas.
Shout out to Las Vegas. Hey, do these guys have any tattoos? Bum 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 bum
tattoo. Google in the search and then we'll choose if it's tattoo or tattoo boo. We're judging the ink, yeah, that's what we do. Full suite of face tats, big skull or wing bats. You pick the design, is it bad or just fine? A dragon or a skull, pretentious or dull, and you cannot hide. And we will decide if it's tattoo or tattoo boo. That's my phone going. They don't have tattoos.
Great. So
I think we really need to speak, before we get to the end, we really need to speak about how this was the soundtrack to the 2010 general election. What was your take?
I'm with Nick election.
That was the first time I ever noticed politics. I remember being, 2 doors down from the charity
Mystery
shop.
Jets.
No. 2 doors down by the Mystery Jets was soundtracking my lunch for my dad's work. I must have been, 17 years old working in the salon.
You were at 17.
I was at 17. I was at 17 that day. The whole year, actually. And I would really take the piss because my dad was the boss. So I would go to just a cafe for an hour and eat soup.
Right.
When I was supposed
You'd
to
eat soup
be.
for the whole hour?
Yeah,
Wow.
with bread.
Okay.
And butter and an iron brew.
Sure.
I wasn't drinking coffee
It's
yet.
a great story.
I'm a late bloomer. And I remember it was one of those cafes that has a TV in it. And I remember doing this every day for that break from school while the general election was on. Every weekend, every Saturday, and just being like, who are these characters? Who are the Tories? Who's Labour?
Right.
I didn't have a political, upbringing.
Okay.
So I was, a teenager. I was like, who are these? I don't know who these cunts are.
Yeah.
And like, my first experience of politics is the 2010 general election of, Nick Clegg being like the main character.
Yep.
And then, having a Darth Vaderian fall into becoming just a think tank, neo-lib, wet bitch who just fucking disgraced the country and betrayed everybody.
And so this was the backing track to that.
And I was, listening to this a lot.
So I was in second year of university already.
Mm-hmm.
And the debates, it was the first time there was televised debates, and I went to watch them at TVET, Edinburgh Student Unions. That is Edinburgh University summed up that instead of showing sports on the big screens, they showed the political debates, and I went to watch it there.
In TVET.
And people were like clapping after Nick.
And the
Clegg's
rooftop
speech.
bit?
Not in the rooftop bit, in the
Like the nightclub?
sports bar.
Oh, sports bar, yeah.
Yeah. And people were like clapping.
I'm not a pedo, by the way. I just know
Okay.
about the student unions because the Fringe is there.
Yeah.
I don't know intimately every room
Near those toilets?
near the toilets. You can hide in the lift. You can jack off in the lift. I mean, you can go in the lift.
You know what was crazy? During the debates, there were people fingering under the balcony. It was crazy.
I wonder when this is the theme tune. But that intro.
Yeah, the intro. That's crazy how that is. Yeah, that's crazy how that. I mean, that is very. It's weird. It's a sort of song, and I think it has been. It's very. This sounds really devastating way to describe a bit of music, but it makes sense in my head. It's very TikTok background music. It's the sort of thing that
I think this album's hugely influential on the lo-fi music to study and relax to genre.
Yes, yeah. Which is like used a lot as like soundscapes in people's fucking TikTok videos.
This is the Iron Maiden to the lo-fi beats to study and relax to Girls Metallica, if you ask me.
I would love for anybody listening to make any sense of that sentence. If you made sense of that sentence, please get in touch.
People know what I'm saying, all right? There is an audience out there for the things I say.
I have
choose
to
to
say-
believe that.
I have to say, during the chaos and madness of the Fringe, where everything is turned up to 11, everything is loud, everything is in your face, everything is the best or the worst, there are extremes, okay? To listen to an album is comforting and sometimes cold, but not in it.
Emotionally raw.
I think it's interesting to have a coldness that isn't cold because it's like a connected coldness. Does that make sense? Is that a really pretentious thing to say?
I just don't think it's cold, It's like a really nice modern kitchen.
No, because that's soulless. There is soul in it.
No,
but
I'm talking about nice craft.
It's cold in a way that's like it's almost like disassociative. There's like you can see them, but you can't see past them, but you know that they're broken.
There's a really funny interview with them on the 10th anniversary of this record, and one of them's going, all the reviews were saying the use of negative space in this record, where like the bass just won't be there for a minute.
Yeah.
The guitarist won't play for like a song. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes just like vroom, vroom,
Yeah, liminal spaces. Gen Z love that word.
and
Love to be liminal.
so that the use of negative space, and they were like, we didn't do that deliberately.
Yeah.
We just didn't know how to play any instruments.
Yeah, but still,
We
they
didn't know how to write
made a
songs.
masterpiece.
And
that's what it is.
It's good because of the limitations. It's like when someone doesn't know that you should do a Fringe hour and they just write a good Fringe hour.
Yeah, because they haven't been poisoned by the ideas of what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, it's been really comforting to listen to this.
They're too stupid to know.
Well, I don't know if they're stupid.
No, they're not stupid.
Chris, have you enjoyed an album?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It's I think it's one of the best albums ever. I think it's one of the best. I mean, we take a look at the album art and we decide if it is good or fart.
Great to do XX style versions of all the classic jingles apart from the worst one.
We take a look at the album art and we decide if it's as good or fart.
Good or fart.
Right, well now that's it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they just have a big X, don't they?
It's just a big X. I love it.
Big X. It's good branding, isn't it?
Yeah, because now,
but it feels like branding.
Don't know if you noticed, but Jamie XX always has this.
Yes.
So this is him. We don't have time to talk about it, but this is Barrier Qureshi.
Yep.
This is Oliver, and this is Romy.
Barrier Qureshi obviously left after this album.
Yeah, and honestly, I think the second. I mean, we spoke about this. I like the third album. Don't love it. I like it a lot. Yep. This record is one of the best records ever. The second record, which you liked, Coexist.
It has Angels on it. It has good songs on it.
I hate it.
You hate it? Hate it? I don't hate strong. Come on.
I genuinely think that they learned how to write songs and record them properly, and it ruined it. Because the good things about them had just got all sanded off.
I love the third album as well. So we haven't even spoken about On Hold, which is probably the best song.
I thought I had you on. Why do you stop? Why do you tell me to tell me?
Vic Reeves.
You got my tell me to tell me. Why do you stop? Why do you tell me to tell me? You got my tell me. It's great.
Yeah, every week we add 2 songs to the Ever Growing and Jordan album playlist, which you can access at enjoyaplaylist.st. I think it's
Playlist.st.
Hopefully it's in the link. It's on Spotify and iTunes. Updated lovingly by Mr. Mega Slippers.
Shout out to Mega Slippers.
Which song from this album are you going to put on the playlist.st? I'm going to put on VCR.
We watch things on VCR. I think the video for Islands, we didn't get to the videos, but the music videos are always incredible. And the video for Islands is, one of the best choreographed stories I've ever seen.
It's like a tracking shot that just zooms out from some dancers kissing, then dancing, and every time it zooms out, the 3 members of the XX are sat in a different order depending on who's singing, who's doing what, and it's like a constant. It's like quite.
I'm a really sensitive wee guy, and the way it shows a relationship break down over time, people going through the motions, and just the kind of dead face to one of the persons, and the lighting changes and the choreograph gets stiffer, and then one girl just stops dancing, and then there's like an X on fire.
Yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah, it's a good video.
Oh my god.
Good.
Horrible.
So is that what you're gonna put on?
I'm gonna put Islands on. But see that song where it's like
it goes Islands in the stream.
That is what we are.
That is what we are.
Come away.
I'd love to hear it.
Come away with me.
To another place where we rely on each other.
What song are you going to put on inspired by the conversation?
I'm going to put on Gil Scott Heron and Jamie XX. I'll Take Care of You.
Yeah.
Love that song. I'll take care of you. What, can I do impression of Gil Scott Heron in the year 2023?
Do you know what song I didn't mention that was good? Did you hear that one where Jamie XX remixed Adele and gave her a stupid voice?
We could have had it, bruh. There. That one. That's cool. There's actually a third remix of that has Childish Gambino over the top of it. I don't think it's on Spotify though. You can't choose that. We could have had it, bruh. But I love, if you've not listened to it, I love Jamie X's In Colour. I highly recommend you listen to that album. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I love the Romy guest on that in Loud Spaces. Loud Spaces, that was called?
Honestly, you just got a news.
I think I've already put it on the playlist though.
Romy's got an album coming out later this year.
I listened to the song on the way here today.
Lifetime or Lifeline?
It's a fucking banger.
It's a banger.
Oliver Sims, solo work, not so much.
Dude, they had some good hits, man, you know. That Hideous Monster record was pretty good. It's about having HIV.
Everybody knows I'm a hideous monster. What's your second pick?
I'm going to go with Geraldine by Las Vegas, I think. No, I do like it. I wish I could put 2 on because I want people to hear the riff.
Yeah.
You know, after listening to VCI, I want them to hear the ripped off of Las Vegas because they did. But I'm going to stick on Say Something Loving.
Well, yeah, nice.
Sometimes you do need someone to say that your euphemism or your metaphor is good on your podcast.
Say something love. That the musical reference from the past that you made was actually very pertinent. That's all I needed.
That's all anybody needs.
Thank you so much for listening to the Enjoy an Album podcast with Liam with Christopher McCullough. We hope you've enjoyed it. Will this album come out in the middle of the Fringe? Yeah, it will. So come to our shows.
This album will come out in the middle of the Fringe in 2009. So can't wait to see
this album, this episode.
Can't wait to see Kits.
Hey, have a great week. Enjoy your lives, and we'll see you later.
Peace and love in the new millennium.
Bye.